What's better, CNC or manual? Today, we're gonna find out. First things first, as always, take some stock and make a round. To mark the center of the blanks, take a punch, make little dots. This makes life easier here. The blanks around. What's next? First up, section. I'm gonna make all the parts on the metal lathe here, and I'm gonna make them over there on the CNC. And we're just gonna see which one's better, or if it even matters. Does it make a difference? I'm gonna make 2 prospectors, and one of them I'm going to cut the facets with my old Japanese float file, which is how I used to do all of them. I actually just used to use a regular bastard file, but float gives a cleaner finish. The thing is, it hurts my old man shoulders because I'm in bad, terrible shape. I have art muscles, and that's it. No other kind of muscles, just art muscles. So that's why I don't really cut prospectors on the metal lathe anymore, because it hurts. That's why I do everything on the mill, which you'll see later. Let's see, we're gonna make a 900 thou long section. So it's gonna be a long prospector, and it's gonna have a 400 thou, so just under ½ an inch, tenon with the threads. So 9 and 4 is 13. So 1 inch 300 thou, or 1 inch 30. So we're gonna do that. We've got that much sticking out. Beautiful. So first things first, face pass. That it's almost a section. There's the tenon. That's going to go into the barrel. Here's the thread cutter. That's how we're going to cut the threads. And then when I make my barrel, I'll make the barrel threads specifically to fit these section threads. That looks pretty good. Let's do this. I'm gonna get another barrel. Whoa, it's done. Take this off. It'll get buffed later. Check that out. Wow. Alright, now it's time for the barrel. We'll take this part we messed up and see if I can make a barrel out of it. The barrel's gonna be 355. So we're just gonna go about right there. We're gonna drill it. We're gonna turn a tenon. We're gonna cut some external threads. And then we're going to do the cap. Let's start with a 3/8 inch drill bit. Alright, now we're going to go to the 5/16 drill bit. The barrel's 355. This is going to be 150 thou shorter now, so we're going to go 340. We're going to thread 400 thou deep. Tenon and thread time. Not just any threads, 4-star threads. We're going to zero the tool against the face, and then I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch wide tenon for the threads. The tenon's going to be 550 thou diameter. Alright, now let's cut some threads. Change the gears, engage the threader. Yep, that's the threader. We're gonna cut some threads by hand. Ooh, it's like magic. I mean, not really. Get the dial indicator, zero it out. We're gonna make them 1/4 inch wide because I like that. I think it looks good. Another 1/4 inch right there. And then to that one. A little bit deeper again. .355 long, let's go 380. We're going to part it off at 380. How are we going to do that? So that we can use the live center and hold it against the back of the barrel when we're shaping it. That's what the live center is going to hold on to when I'm turning and shaping. Yeah, that's a good start. Next step, cap. So we've got 1/2 inch and 90, that's 1 inch 40. We're going to give this 1 inch, so it's going to be 240. We're going to drill the hole 245. Two inches, 450 thousandths. With what drill bit? 3/8. I use like 3 drill bits. 1 for sections, 2 for barrels, 1 for cap. 300. What am I doing? 245 deep is what I said. I don't know why I'm measuring the diameter of the drill bit. That's not important. I know the diameter. It's 3/8 of an inch. 307. Hey, what next? This doesn't fit in there. Ooh, ooh, let's bore it out. Because I only got to bore, what's that, 140 deep. All right, I'm gonna go 1405 because I like that little tiny bit of slop. And it usually gives me just exactly the right amount of what I need when I do that. All right, so what is this? Is this about 2 inches? Let's zero this against this face. Looks close enough to zero to me. We are at, what's the diameter of the hole? 414 thousandths. We need to be at 533. Threader is engaged. Threader is inserted. Go back to start. And do this over and over again. Last pass. Yeah. I like to put a chamfer on this inside lip here on the corner because this corner is not perfectly square. It's pretty square, but it's not perfectly square. So to avoid having a little tiny little gap, I like to do my best to clean that out. And then I go that, and then this should make, yep, see that nice tight, you can see it better with white underneath it. So I've drilled it 245 deep, which means the cap could be let's go 270. Now it's shaping time. All right, how are we gonna hold this to turn it? Mandrel, ta-da! Put that on there like that. So there's the barrel, carved out, still needs to be sanded. Knock off these square edges, because I hate square edges on these sculpted pins. I think they're boring. And this is the cap. Now I have to mark it, sand it, mark it, and carve it. Which, I can't use my Japanese float because it's dull as dog do, so I'm using this medium coarse Nicholson bastard file. See, it even says bastard. I'm not just calling it that. All right, so this is my cap. There's the barrel. And then once we cut the ends, we'll go sand the facets, which is like the longest part. Doesn't matter if you make it on the CNC with the mill or by hand with the file. Sanding takes the longest. And the same thing next for the cap. And then I'll show you buffing. That's pretty sharp. Or it's not sharp. Here I am, engraving the logo on the cap with my old-timey pantograph engraver. I traded this for an angle tool, which held your what's it called? What are those things? An engraver. It was for holding an engraver tool at just the right angle in a jig so that you could sharpen the tip of it just right at exactly whatever precise angle. So that's done. This is now for sale. Boy, that's, I like that feels nice. Yep, and the logo my little brand is in a way that you line up the nib, which also has a logo. I think I skipped it. Yeah. Get in there and go back a notch. You know what that probably means? Probably means I should go in and clean up the threads just a little bit. So that way, these threads engage with those threads betterer. Yep, cool.